Is pineapple an acceptable pizza topping? Is it better to put your toilet paper in the right way or the wrong way? There are objective answers to these questions proven through science, but I don't find them nearly that interesting to ask to people as something that is a little bit more open-ended, a little bit more subjective. When you ask somebody a subjective question, you kind of get inside their head a little bit and kind of see how it works. Since I got such a positive response on the question list that I put out a while ago, I am going to be doing a second part, and depending on what the reception is for this video, I may be doing more question lists. So let's not delay anymore and let's hop right into it.
Would you rather go scuba diving in a reef or in a sewer?
Are these serious?
No.
Okay.
Would you rather get one free round-trip international plane ticket every year or be able to fly domestically for free anytime?
The first one.
Would you rather know how you're going to die or when you're going to die?
Assuming that I can't change my fate either way, I think I would rather know when I was going to die. That way I wouldn't become like horrifically afraid of escalators.
What would be the worst object to vibrate only while it was in use?
I would have to say a scalpel would be a pretty bad one.
What class from Dungeons and Dragons do you think would best suit you?
I'd have to say bard, because bards can really get away with being kind of a jack of all trades and a master of none. Plus I have a fantastic singing voice.
What fictional hero do you think you wouldn't be able to stand in person?
I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Harry Potter. I really don't like coming across people in life who always feel like the world is out to get them and never feel like it's ever their fault. Harry Potter's entire childhood has been him having the world go against him and it actually not being his fault. So I think that that could make for a very obnoxious human being in real life.
What's something that you believed in as a child but shook your world when you found out that it wasn't true?
I remember my mind being blown when I found out that my grandpa was my father's father.
If you had a sailboat, what would you name it?
I can't think of anything other than the pineapple.
What about the opposite sex confuses you the most?
This isn't exactly an answer to the question, but I really wonder what the history of makeup is like and how women ended up being the ones wearing makeup.
What is one stereotype about men that you think is spot on and one that is ridiculous?
Okay, so the true thing is that men are gross, we fart and have hair in really weird places. I'm really glad that women are attracted to us in spite of that. Not all of us like football. Ow!
What is your spirit Pokemon and why?
I feel like I have to go with Haunter. At least in the TV show, he's got a sense of humor, kind of dark. He likes to sneak up on people and scare them. And by being a ghost, he's kind of an introvert and likes to stay in his tower. But when you actually come in, he's very interested and very curious in people. Plus, he licks things.
When is censorship okay?
I think that it's a good idea to not do suicide stories all that often in the news. It has a lot of different effects on the population who watches it and on the reporters who have to report on it.
If The Onion were to write an article about you, what would be the headline?
Area man stops shaving his head despite public outrage.
If you were a woman, what would your name be?
Alicia calls me Brycette a lot, but I don't think that's an actual name. Maxine is coming to mind, but why would I go by Maxine?
What is the worst paradox that you've seen in a movie or TV show?
I always find the grandfather paradox to be a little weird, but while we're also talking about time travel, why does meeting your past self always end in the explosion of the universe? That just doesn't make any sense.
What is more important, reality or perspective?
I'm gonna punt on this one. Reality and perspective are like two blades and a pair of scissors. You just can't get through life if you're not conscious of both and using both of them working together.
In the world of Avatar, what kind of bender would you be?
So I'd want to be an earthbender just so that I could join the Dai Li because they're awesome. But even when I put aside nasty stereotypes, I think personality-wise I'm more like an airbender.
When you want to laugh, what movie do you watch?
It depends on who I'm with. Emperor's New Groove, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I have nearly wet myself watching Hot Rod before, but I really have to watch it with people who are in the mood to laugh and who get the same kind of humor. And there you have it, all those get to know you questions that you can use in your own life. If you like me doing these question lists, go ahead and give me a like or a comment or something to let me know that these are good. Also, if you have a suggestion for maybe a theme of questions that I could do next time, or specific questions you want me to do, go ahead and leave those as well. But before we go, I want to ask you, what is the thing that confuses you the most about the opposite sex? Go ahead and leave your answer to this and to any other questions that you want to answer in the comments down below, and I will see you next week.